project I'm going to work on for my mother-in-law for Christmas. It is a few days after Christmas, but we're going to celebrate with her in a couple days. So I'm going to try and just make a simple box with a hinge lid that she can keep her pellets in. And she's got a big scoop we got her. So it'll be a nice decorative box to keep her pellets for her stove. She can scoop it out of the box and put it in her stove. No plans yet. I'm just gonna wing it, see what kind of scrap lumber I have, plywood laying around, and afterwards I'll come up with some plans and post it then. Let's go. So I bought these, they're cutoffs at our local wood shop or lumber yard, and they were like $1 or $2 each. Looks like they're probably birch. I think that'll make a good size. And then I've got some underlayment kind of stuff I think I could use for the back. So we'll use the pretty stuff on the front and the sides and the back. Thinking maybe I'll paint a picture, maybe a mountainscape with some trees or something, because she lives up Mount Hood area. So if I did a picture of Mount Hood, could be kind of nice. All right, well, let's take some measurements and see where we go from there. All right, so they're coming in at 14 3/4. I kind of want it a little wider than that, but we're gonna keep it a little shallow. So I think what I'm gonna do, since I want the front face to be nice, is I'm going to rip these down. I'm going to glue 2 of these together, and then I'll cut it to whatever thickness or width that I want it to be. All right, off to the table saw then. Yep. So here's the front. I think that's a good height, a good width, and figure out how deep it is. I'll take the fall off piece and I'm gonna turn that into the lid, which I think is pretty good. She can get her scoop into that. If it needs to be bigger, I think maybe I'll just add some solid wood around it, kind of give it a decorative trim. Found a piece of stained oak plywood, oak veneered plywood. I think I'm going to use instead because it's a little thicker, so it's going to give me about 8 5/8 thickness opposed to 7 inches if I use that other piece. So time to trim this down to size, 26 inches. Now that I have the sides done, I'm simply just going to glue and nail, and then I'll put a couple of screws in for extra strength. So that piece that I had together I used for the bottom, I was going to use for the top, but I saw that there was some blowout on the veneer, so I got this whole extra piece here. I'll cut the top here, and maybe I will put a little banding around it to get rid of the look of the plywood. Let's take some measurements, take it to the table saw next. So now that I have the basic box done, I'm gonna take it up to my studio and I'm gonna paint a nice picture here. And then I'm gonna come down and stain it. I'm gonna stain right over the acrylic paint I'm gonna do on it. It might give it an antique look. It might just wipe off and not do anything at all, but stain the wood around it. So let's go upstairs. Okay, you wanna go too? Sure.